day, everyone. I am Halgan Pagayon, and today I will going to discuss to you another mathematics topic, which is in line to the grade 10, third quarter learning competency, which is solving problems related to probability. So, but before I will going to show you some examples on how to solve solve problems related to probability. We will going to recall first what is probability. So what is probability? Probability. So the probability of an event is defined to be the ratio of the number of cases favorable to the event. It is the number of outcomes in the subset of sample space defining the event to the total number cases. So that's it. That's the probability. It is the number of outcomes in the subset of sample space defining the event to the total number cases. So we will go now to problem solving involving probability, which is the main topic of this session. So I have here a sample problem. So I will read it first. A student is chosen from a certain group. There are 9 girls and 8 boys in that group. What is the probability that the chosen student is a boy? So, solution. This is our formula. We will going to use the formula in our entire discussion. So P of E is equal to the number of favorable outcomes all over number of all possible outcomes. So we will just going to substitute our given values here. As we all know, in our problem, we have 9 girls and 8 boys, a total of 17 members of a group. So we will just substitute these values into our formula. So we'll have P of boys. Since boys is what we are looking for, the probability of the boys, it equals to 8 over 17. So why it becomes 8 over 17? So it becomes 8 because we are looking for the probability of the boys. Um, so that's why it becomes 8. It become 8. So that's our number of favorable outcomes all over rather. So the number of all possible outcomes, which is the total members, so which is 17. Since we cannot solve this one, 8 over 17, we cannot simplify. Rather, this is now our final answer. So the probability of the boys is equals to 8 over 17. Since we have found the probability of the boys, we are now going to solve for the probability of the girls. So the same with what we have done. Let's just substitute P of girls, since girls is what we are looking for, is equal to 9. So 9 now is our number of favorable outcomes, since we are looking for the probability of the girls all over 17. The same with the boys. So since we cannot simplify this one, this is now our final answer. Okay. Another question. In John's closet, there are 4 pairs of black socks, 5 pairs of green, and 2 pairs of white socks. If John is going to pick a pair of socks, what is the probability that John will get a pair of white socks? Again, what we were going to do is to write down the given values. So we have here, as what stated in the we have 4 pairs of blue socks, 5 pairs of green socks, 2 pairs of white socks, a total of 11 pairs. So since we are looking for the probability of White Sox that John will get, so using the same formula, P of E is equals to number of favorable event all over to number of all possible events. So it will goes like this. Again, P of white, it's because White Sox is what we are looking for. The probability of the White Sox is equals to 2 over 11. So why it becomes 2? It becomes 2. It turns into 2 rather because we are looking for the White Sox, which is in the given there are 2 pairs of Sox all over the number of favorable outcome, all possible outcomes, which is the total of all pairs of Sox, which is 11. So that's why it becomes 2 all over 11. Since we cannot simplify this one, this is now our final answer. So we already know what is the probability of the White Sox. So let's look, then let's try to look the probability of the Blue Sox. So the same steps or the same method. P of blue, since we are looking for the Blue Sox, is equals to number of pairs of Blue Sox, which is 4 all over, to the total pairs of Sox, which is 11. So that's the answer. Next, we are the probability of the Green Sox, the same method. Let's just substitute the um, number of pair of Sox of the green pair of colors. Green the number of colored green socks, pair of socks, all over to the total number of pair of socks, which is 11. So our numerator, since we are looking for the probability of the green socks, pair of green socks, we have 5 all over the total, again, the total pair of socks, which is 11. So since we cannot simplify this one, so our final answer would be 5 over 11. So that's the probability of the green. Understood? Okay. Next, we are now at our third and final question. Example, rather. So, a card is drawn in a standard deck of cards. What is the probability that the card drawn is a face card? So, as we all know, the standard deck of cards has a total number of 52 cards. But um, that's not what we are looking for. Um, if you try to remember, not all the cards in the standard deck of cards has face. Um, there are only the cards that has face are only Jack, Queen, and King. But there are 4 types of cards, right? We have the hearts, the diamonds, the clubs, and the spades. So in Jack there are 4. In Queens there are 4 also, and also with the Kings. So there are total of 12 face cards, and that's what we are going to use to substitute in our formula, which is the P of E is equals to number of favorable outcomes all over the number of all possible outcomes. So let's just substitute here. Let's just substitute our given values there. So we will have P is of face of card, since we are looking for the probability of the face of card that is being drawn is equals to 12 over 52. So why it becomes 12 over 52? 12 it is because we are looking for the probability of the face of cards, not just the jacks, not just the queens, or not just the kings. The total face of cards, which is 12, and 52, which is the total number of the standard deck of cards. So, yes, but that's not our final answer. If you notice, this 12 and 52 is divisible by 4. So, let's just divide 4 to the numerator and the denominator. We will get the result 3 over 13. So, the probability of that the card drawn is a face card is 3 over 13. And that's our final answer. So, that's it. I hope you learned something in our session for today. Thank you and see you in our next video tutorial. Bye bye and God bless.